Hey everyone, it's Sam here. So I'm back with another card making video showing you how to use your scraps on your cards. And last week's video, I started kind of a bit of a mini series. And what I want to do is use your scraps on different shaped cards. So there's still simple cards, but instead just shaping the cards instead. So last week was circles. This week is oval shaped cards. And then I want to do stars, hexagons, octagons, and well, as many shapes as I can. So this week I'm using these scraps here. So I'm using the 12 by 12 pad. I think most of my scraps videos have been my 8 by 8 and 6 by 6 pads, but this one here is Finding Paradise. It's an older Dovecraft one, but I had all these scraps on the front here. So like all the other scraps videos, the shapes that I've chosen all work around the scraps that I had. So yours may vary slightly to mine, but hopefully you can just pick up some ideas of the shapes and the kind of patterns and designs that I use, and then you can use those on any shape card. It doesn't have to be an oval shape. So that's the papers that I'm using. I've already prepared, I've got 6 cards I think this week, and then I found all the toppers that go with this one. So you've got these lovely different ones here, tiger, you've got the frame there as well, and then the flamingo. So I probably won't use the frames, but I'm going to use those ones there, and then these are the oval dies that I'm using. So I'll link as much of the product as I can in the description box below. I've tried to keep these all within a 5 by 7 shaped oval. So first of all, I'll just show you how to cut your oval card blank for anybody brand new just starting out card making. If you don't have any dies, then look at my other scraps videos, because they're just on your normal shop bought card blank, 6 by 6, 8 by 8, A6, A2, whatever size there is, those scraps videos there, you'll be able to use on all of them. But like I said, this week we're going to try oval. So I've just folded this piece of A4 in half, and on the left hand side, I'm going to have the cut line just slightly overhanging. Now I need to make sure the oval is straight, 'cause it's easy to, you know, kind of cut it slightly wonky. So I do need to make sure that this is as straight as can be, like so. And like I said, I'm trying to keep this within a 5 by 7 size. So this die here is, the cut line's just under 5, and again, just under 7. So it's going to fit nicely. So I think that's as straight as I'm going to get it. I'm just going to take that in place, because I've already done this on all the other ones that I've prepared. So I thought I'll show you on the first one, and that way you'll know then what I've done. It should cut through both layers quite easily. You might want to add a shim. Everybody's machines are slightly different with the pressure. Okay, so just run that back and forth a couple of times, and that should pop out. It's caught a little bit there. If I pull that now, I'm just going to have to help that along slightly. So if you get anything still connected, just use your scissors. It's just holding on by a hair, so it's pretty easy there to just cut that away. There we go. So if you want this to be a landscape, okay, so it will be displayed like so, you'll need to just cut a thin, like, I don't want to have this as a land, although could this one? No, this is going to be a portrait, but you just snip across there just a little bit, so that flat side will stop the card rocking. This is going to be a portrait, so I'm just going to open it up and just snip like so. And now when I stand that up, it will stay and it won't roll anywhere. So I'm now going to cut this again in white card and stick it over the top, so I get that full oval shape again. If you're not bothered about having that flat folded side visible, then you don't have to do that. Okay, so I'm just going to stick this one over the top. Okay, so now we've got that oval on the front. Then taken the next size down in my nested set here, so whatever your next one down is, and I've just found this piece and it wasn't quite long enough, so I've just cut that top portion, and that's going to stick on the top, so it'll be about there. And then I've cut this piece, and that's going to overlap to complete that full oval in the middle. And then I've got this strip. I'm going to use, I think it's only on this card and another card I've got rose gold. That's going to go through the middle. So what I might do is stick, because I want to get that curved shape just on the middle, and then I've got that piece to go over the top. So I don't want to glue this all down yet. I'm just going to add a little glue there and then line that up. Okay, that looks about right. And then I'm going to stick might add a bit of, I'm going to pop this one up on a little bit of foam, I think. So I've just got, I keep this little, I've only been doing this for maybe a couple of weeks, but I find it really handy to just have a little tub with all the kind of scrap pieces and just, you know, little, I'm sure you've all got them, where you've got your foam pads. You always tend to have like little scraps and stuff. So I've just popped them in there, and I'm going to that a lot more now than opening up like fresh packs. So I'm just going to cut a thin strip of the foam there. Okay, and then it's up to you if you want to go a bit higher, but I'm going to keep this, I use my, if I keep that center line running with this line on my mat, then it helps me keep this nice and straight. Okay, and then what I can do is flip it over. I know I've got a bit of the foam there, but I can just follow the curve. You could cut it in your die as well, but I think it'll be fine. But this is just another way to do it. There we go. And then I'm going to stick that one over the top. Okay, so now that can go back down onto the front of the card. I mean, this would work really well for Easter. You know, this could be all Easter patterned papers, a little chick and the egg. Could be a rugby ball. So lots of different things you can do with it. And I'm really enjoying using different shapes because it does make you think differently with the design and the shapes that you use. Like last week with the circles, I loved those cards. If you've not seen it, I'll link it here if I haven't already, and check out the playlist because there's so many cards now that I've made. And yeah, it's fun using the scraps. Like I said, these are basic, really good beginner kind of cards, so hopefully, you know, it does give you inspiration. So I'm doing 6 cards. I've got 4 toppers, so I'll try and use them on every one and double up the odd one, but I'm going to do the sentiments right at the end. I'll try that one. Not sure about the green against the green there. Nope, don't like that one. I think it is that one. That seems to work really nicely. And again, I'm going to just pop it up just on a little foam. There we go, quick and easy, card number 1. So for card number 2, I've got my card there all ready to go, just like the other one. Now what I've done here is I had some different strips and I've just cut them on the diagonal. So if I just, they're all different as well, but you can see what I mean. So that was originally a piece of 1 by 6, and I've just cut from the top left down to the bottom right. I think I've got some here that are 1.5 by, that's just over 6, that's about 6 1/4. So it really doesn't matter as long as they're long enough to go across the width of your card or the length of the card, depending on what direction you want to do it. So I'm going to just, I can't remember, I kind of laid it out, they're kind of directional, so we'll do that one down there, and then you'll trim off all the excess. It's up to you how much of a gap you want to leave. So I'm going to have that white peeking through. Let's do this one here. You can see some of the writing there, and then we'll do that one. You should now start to see this fun effect that you get, so we might as well do it in the same order. So we'll go with that one again, and then we've got, see, that one looks really nice. Maybe we go for the parrots on that one. So I'm going to get these all stuck down. You just trim off the excess, and then I'm going to finish with the topper. So that's card number 2 finished. I really like this one. I think it's a really unusual design and a nice way to show off all those different patterns as well. So for card number 3, I want to do a starburst. So again, I've got my card here. I've used pink for this one, and I've cut these strips here, which are 1/4 inch, and then again, whatever length is going to cover your card. So I think these are just under 7. Again, it was what I had at hand. And I thought about having them all come from this left side, because the idea was to have one of these toppers. So I think the flamingo could look quite good. And then coming out, having all of these different pieces with the same gap in between. So something like that. Now you imagine, once you trim off the edges, I think it's a really cool design. So I've used 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. And I could maybe pop that one in there as well. So don't worry about how it looks underneath. And use your liquid glue, and that way you've got that wiggle time to be able to move them and get them into place. But yeah, something like that. So I'm going to get those all stuck down. Okay, so that's card number 3. I love this one. I know I said that with the last one, but I think this one's my favourite now. I think it's a really cool effect. I mean, you could have your topper in the middle and then have these coming all the way around so it's like a sun. I think this would make a really nice masculine card. You did it on all different browns, blues, greens. I think it's a really fun style. I love that. Okay, number 4 now. All I'm going to do with this one is I've just cut 4 and I'm going to join them up like that. And I thought it just created a really nice shape. And then again, the top of it. No, I don't think that tiger's going to work. I think purely because it's a rectangle on an oval, just not going to work. So I think we're going to have to use, although I don't have to use a topper, this one could just have a sentiment. Well, that one kind of works, gives it a very, yeah, no, I like that one. So I'm just going to stick these ones all down. So that's card number 4. Very, very quick and easy, that one. So for card number 5, we're going to add some glitter. So I've got my card blank and then the card again, and this time I've put a sheet of double-sided sticky tape on top. Release the backing there. So this has made this now one big sticker. And then before I stick them on there, the effect I'm going to go for is something, I might have to cut some more, but you can see, so that is going to go onto there. And then all this space here will still be sticky, and I'm just going to pour glitter all over the top. So I've cut around the edges and this is all now still sticky. So I'm going to use this titanium silver glitter and just sprinkle that all over, like so. And then I like to just use my finger and just rub over all of that. And that way, you know, it's secure and you've covered all of that sticky space. This is such a fun design. You can do it with any shape, any pattern, any space that you leave, just fill with glitter. And then just tap off all that excess. And you're left with that really fun pattern. Isn't that cool? And you could use gilding flakes there instead if you don't want to use glitter. So I'm going to stick that on the front and again choose my topper. Okay, so for card number 6, again I've cut those oval shapes, so whatever size you're using, and I want to create like a flower. The idea is to have, hang on, I think I put, yeah, so have that one in the middle, and then I want to have this print on the top and then this pink behind. So that one to be there. And then those two there. So I've got 6 of these pink petals and then 6 in this pattern here, and they're going to fill the space. But I want them to be right up to the edge of the card and then curled up. So I actually want to cut like that portion off so that that's in the middle, and then I just want to curl up the ends. And if I do that on all of them, we should get like an oval flower. Yeah, I think that's going to look quite nice. So, I mean, unless you're doing the same size oval as me, this measurement's not really going to matter, but it's 2.5 I've got there. I'm just going to straighten that. So I'm going to use that now as my guide, cut all of them, and then I'm just going to stick little, you know, add a little glue there and just stick them all the way around and just put a little curl into the edge there on the end, and that should just give it a bit more of that flower look. So I've just positioned them, and actually I do like the parrot one there. Again, this kind of looks like it could represent like the feathers. What I also did was with these ends that I cut, just put a little curve in them, and I may well just pop them underneath if I do them so they're against the opposite one like so, and that could be a nice way to just use up those as well. So we'll see, but I'm going to add some foam to the back of that so then I can just pop these in with some glue. So I'm going to stick down the pink ones first, and when you stick them down, just lay it flat. See, that's going over the edge a bit, so I just need to pull it down because you want that to all fit in your envelope. So that's card number 6. I think this is really effective, and that will all, you know, fit nicely in an envelope, and because you've curved them, they will just pop back up again. So now I'm going to get all the sentiments on and any other decoration, and I'll show you them when they're all finished. Okay, so that's all the cards finished. So as always, I'll go through all of them. So that's card number 1, and I just added the sentiment with love. I remember I found these sentiments in the pound shop. Oh gosh, I'm going to probably about maybe 2 or 3 months ago. And I just cut them all down. I've got a few other ones here. Celebrate, just for you. So they might still be in there. There we go. Congratulations. Let's party. And they kind of match quite well with this paper pad. So yeah, with love. So number 1, and then number 2. Yay, let's party. I like that one. And then we've got this one here. Congratulations. This one I've just left. I'm not going to put a sentiment on it. Sometimes they're just nice to have as little note card. So I'm just going to leave that one as it is. So it's number 4, number 5. Love that with all the shine and sparkle. And then number 6, again with love. And I just love the dimension that that one gives. So as I always ask at the end of these scraps videos, which one's your favourite? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6? Again, I've absolutely loved making these. It's really nice, like I said, using different shapes, because it does make you think differently and you know, create designs that I wouldn't usually do. So I hope you found this inspiring. And like I said, if you don't want to do the oval shape, but you like, you know, this kind of technique here that I've shown, that would work on a circle. You could even do that on a square. Any shape is still going to work. This technique I've done on lots of different sizes and shapes and things like this as well. I will link, as I said, as much of the product that I can in the description box below. I'll have some other scraps videos coming up now. And if you've not subscribed to the video but you've enjoyed today, hit the subscribe button and click the notification bell. That way you won't miss out on any future videos, and give the video a thumbs up as well. It does really help out the channel. Take care, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye.